What's going on, everybody? What is going on? It is Monday, September 16, 2024. If you haven't done so already, please be sure to go ahead and hit that like button. We are back with another live here on the Torian Rain Reloaded channel. If you haven't done so already, please be sure to hit that like button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button if you are new to the channel. And if you are new, I'm glad that you are here. Hit the bell twice to be notified whenever I upload a new video or go live. Or just simply join the Discord and you should be able to be notified in there. And speaking of Discord, I will be dropping the link in the Discord this evening if anyone would like to come up and speak about this particular topic. Shout out to all of the mods. Shout out to all of the members. Shout out to everybody in Discord who send me stories. Shout out to everyone on Instagram and X as well. Without further ado, let me go ahead and acknowledge the people who are here so far in the chat. We got Ozzy, Edwards, Prince, Zakaria, Reparations Nations, Wallow J, Haxon KT, Mr. Chris, Denise Scales, Volvo 2 Love, Ern Jordan, Sa, Lisa Hickman, Brother Man to You, Kid Gravity. Let's see here. RC, The Fundraiser, Jerry Bedford, Don P, Ben Yehuda, Mary Cersei, and also shout out to Mr. Chris. I wanted to get through the names first before I highlighted the super chat. Shout out to you for the 5. This is at November 6th. Are you all the way into the day after the 5th? He said November 6th, can't get here fast enough. Hashtag B1 Digital Media versus Black Bootleg Media. The media war will be on. Well, if it is indeed a war, I think it's safe to say that we're winning. But I do appreciate the super chat. And I appreciate that. All right, so we got a double-header today. We have not one, but two of the most supreme bootlicks in sports media. And that is none other than Stephen A. for Asshole Smith and Jason Whitlock. I mean, that man has many titles, but we're going to go with Whitlock today. And both of them decided that they was going to tag team on Angel Reese. And shout out to Darlene for the $2.99. I appreciate it.
You ain't gotta be a dope boy to have money.
Now, we'll say this. Stephen A. Smith, his attack was almost more corporate. And you'll see what I mean when I say that, because when he says what he says, it's like, okay, when I hear what he's saying, I'm like, we know that this is what you would do. Whereas Whitlock, his feels more personal. And as a matter of fact, Whitlock probably had more of the vicious attack than Stephen A. for Asshole Smith did. And you'll see what I mean when I say that. So this one, we have 2 articles and a portion of a video. I say a portion of a video because it's not the whole video, just at a particular point. And shout out to Kid Gravity, because if he didn't talk about this in his live that he did, where he was talking about Jason Whitlock the other day, I would not have seen it. But I was like, I'm not even going to go ahead and clip this. I'm just going to start it from a certain point, and y'all will see what I'm talking about. But shout out to everybody who just entered the chat as well. I'm glad that you are here in the building this evening. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and get this thing started. So the first article that I'm reading, and actually, as a matter of fact, both articles are coming from the same website, Sportskeeda. And this one is more about what Stephen A. Smith had to say. And if you read the title right here, it says, quote, "Some of them are racist. Stephen A. Smith weighs in on Angel Reese's complaints about backlash from Caitlin Clark fans." Some is an understatement. And while I say some, y'all will see what I mean in the video that I'm going to do about Caitlin Clark's so-called fans on Wednesday. And the thing is, that one had nothing to do with Angel Reese. It actually dealt with another Black WNBA player, but you'll see what I mean. I mean, it was so bad that the subject matter of what I was really talking about in the post, I had to blur the image on the thumbnail, and I couldn't even put the thumbnail or the picture onto the video screen. It was like, it was one of those. But you'll see what I mean on Wednesday. September 7, 2024. Stephen A. Smith shared his thoughts on Angel Reese's comments about Caitlin Clark fans. The Chicago Sky rookie revealed that she has faced racism and received death threats and harassment from some fans. And they need to put fans in quotation because let's be real here. These aren't fans. Let's just be completely honest with ourselves here. Ever since she joined the WNBA and started competing against Clark's fans at the highest level. In a clip from the Stephen A. Smith show shared today, the veteran analyst said that Reese received egregious and disgusting treatment from fans who enjoy attacking people online since they can hide their identity and not face consequences for their words and actions. He's quoted as saying, if Angel Reese was older, I would have gotten on her about what she just said, because I would have been like, how naive can you be? But she is young. She's only 22. Already he's trying to do the downplay thing, but okay. Moreover, he agreed that some Caitlin Clark fans are racist, explaining that they don't want a black girl like Reese to be the direct competition for the 2024 number one overall pick. As for the Caitlin Clark fans she was alluding to, she ain't lying. It's not all, it's not most. A lot of them are fun-loving. A lot of them are great fans. A lot of them are great, great people. And you know this how? Have you hung out with them, Stephen A., to know this? And my thing is this. He's telling her, see, this is what I don't like. I see what he's doing. And I'm going to be honest with you. He's the only one that thinks that what he's saying is effective. What he's doing is he's trying to downplay and water down what she's saying and say, you know what, they're not all bad. Well, the thing is, she didn't say all of them were bad. But the ones that she is talking about, you're not even addressing them. You're just trying to tell her, well, some of them are racist and everything, but, and y'all know what I say about the but. Whenever you say but, BS is soon to follow behind it. And that's all that follows behind Stephen A. Smith is a bunch of BS and has for years. But some of them are racist. Some of them don't want Angel Reese to be the one coming at her, and they use ethnicity as the rationale behind it. Again, many few compared to the many who wouldn't do that, but it is that kind of hate. I've seen it for years. I saw it when Allen Iverson was playing, and I was covering every day. Exactly, Cosmo. He said, some of that don't sound like Trump saying it's good people on both sides. That's exactly what it sounds like. I didn't think of that. Good correlation. So that's pretty much all that came from Stephen A. Smith. Everything else that y'all are going to hear is basically coming from Whitlock. So be prepared. Because like I said, where Stephen A. Smith, his take was sounding more corporate because that's what he is. Whitlock sounds very bitter and very personal, as we all know how he likes to get down. So this part right here says Jason Whitlock said Angel Reese, quote, sexualized herself. He said, while Stephen A. Smith came after Angel Reese's detractors, Jason Whitlock put the blame on the Sky Forward, claiming she was, quote unquote, sexualizing herself, even with the type of outfit she wore for her brand new podcast, Unapologetically Angel. Well, I didn't know she had a podcast, but now I know. I might go check it out. It says she has sexualized herself, and now, I'm shocked people have sexualized me. And somehow she's connecting it to being a Caitlin Clark fan. I just don't see the connection. I never got that. I don't think that she's ever said that or tried to correlate these anti-black comments with maybe some comments that he's trying to convey. But he lives in an island all by himself, and the island exists only in his head. Whitlock said that Reese tried to connect every bad thing that happened to her for being an opponent for Clark, calling it stupid and dishonest. Reese had discussed how she was perceived during her college stint, and now that she's in the WNBA, things appear to have gone worse. Meanwhile, Angel Reese keeps playing at a high level, collecting double-doubles, and becoming one of the best players in the WNBA. By the way, this article was written before her injury. So if it sounds like they're writing it in the form of she's still playing, that's the reason why. But this article right here was written before she got injured. So you can tell that they give different takes, but we see the angles from both of them, especially Whitlock. His is very obvious. So that's the first article right there. Now, this next one is just strictly on Jason Whitlock. And this one was posted September the 10th, or it was modified on September the 10th, 3 days later. He says, Her single highlight is taunting Caitlin Clark. I'll repeat that. He said Angel Reese's single highlight is taunting Caitlin Clark. And they're talking about the "you can't see me" thing. Let me tell you something. I've been over that. I don't know about y'all in the chat, but I've been over that. That for me is like a blip on the radar, just like that whole thing with Will Smith and Chris Rock at the Oscars a couple years ago. Been there, done that. It's over. I've moved on. But some people just can't seem to get over it, or they just need clicks and views and engagement, much like this guy right here. Exactly, Shelton. She won the NCAA championship the same year that she did that. See, based proletariat and Shelton, y'all are thinking. Y'all are using both sides of your brain. He said the single highlight is taunting Caitlin Clark, not the fact that she won a NCAA championship. This is analyst takes aim at Angel Reese for excessive attention on her rookie season plays. Following the conclusion of Angel Reese's rookie campaign due to a season-ending injury, so by now they've already caught up with the fact that she's out for the rest of the season, sports analyst Jason Whitlock took aim at the Chicago Sky star as he questioned her unforgettable rookie season. Whitlock took to X, formerly Twitter, saying, "ESPN says we will never forget Angel Reese's rookie season. Can someone share a single highlight? Is there a rebound we will never forget? Help me out here. Her single basketball highlight is taunting Clark 2 years ago." That's what he says. Whitlock, I would like to know what a single highlight would be coming from you. I couldn't name one. Buck dancing and tap dancing for these buttered biscuits scattered in butter dust does not count. I'm trying to figure out what has this man done in his entire career that we can say is a highlight. I can't name one. On Saturday, Reese announced that she will miss the remainder of the 2024 WNBA season. She concluded her rookie campaign averaging a double-double stat line of 13.6 points, 13.1 rebounds, 1.9 assists, and 1.3 blocks in the 34 games she played in. Reese also secured various accolades, most notably via her tenacious rebounding presence. Her most notable accolades include the record for the most rebounds in a season game, along with the record 15-game double-double streak. The 6'3" center recorded a total of 26 double-double games in her historic rookie season, put her in a head-to-head running with Caitlin Clark for Rookie of the Year honors. So you see the article right here had to give a little rundown for Whitlock, because apparently to Whitlock, the only thing she's ever done in her career was quote-unquote taunt Caitlin Clark in the NCAA tournament 2 years ago. And this is the part right here. Says Caitlin Clark shares thoughts on Angel Reese's injuries. Says Angel Reese will be out for the remainder of the season following a wrist injury she likely suffered during the Chicago Sky matchup against the Los Angeles Sparks on Friday. Reese suffered a small crack in a bone in her wrist and is slated to undergo surgery on Tuesday. In a post-game interview following the Indiana Fever's home win against the Atlanta Dream on Sunday, Caitlin Clark shared her thoughts on Reese's season-ending injury. She said, "It's definitely sad anytime you see anybody go down with an injury, especially people you came into this league with. You want to see her finish out this year. Obviously, she had a historic year and she's done some incredible things. For me, getting to play against her motor is up there, if not the best in the league. She just doesn't stop working. Congratulations to her. I thought she had a tremendous year." The Sky are currently 8th in the league with a 13-22 record and in a tight battle with the Atlanta Dream and Washington Mystics for the final playoff berth. With 5 games remaining in the regular season, the Sky will need to step up in the absence of Angel Reese to secure their playoff spot. However, Reese will not return even if they make it to the postseason. And shout out to Jay the Informant for the 2. He said, "I once saw Jason dunk a donut with one finger."
When you're successful, you got new friends like Benjamin, Ulysses, and my favorite, Woodrow.
Let me see what y'all talking about in the chat. Mr. Chris says, "Jason Fadlock, a claim to fame is eating a lot of food and chasing white women. And in them strip clubs, don't forget about the strip clubs. Brother Man says they trying to downplay Angel Reese or mess up her reputation. Sorry, mofos just need to get a life and leave her alone, go away. Sylvia said, I'm sick and tired of these Caitlin Clark buck dancing Uncle Ruckuses. If you're not a Caitlin Clark fan, they call you a hater or envious of her. They said Caitlin Clark fans make people dislike Caitlin Clark. And you'll see what I mean. Like I told y'all, wait till y'all see the video that I do on Wednesday. That's really going to make y'all loathe them more than you already have. The fundraiser said he's the undisputed pie-eating champ. Mary said Shitlock is a joke. Jay said, remember the Jason interview with Pearl as kissing on stage? He's a sad case. And in this clip that I'm about to show y'all, he's an even more sadder case. But just in case he tries something, let me go ahead and play the disclaimer. All right, so this right here is a clip that I came across, well, thanks to Kid Gravity, because he posted this on his, well, he shared it during a live that he recently did, and I said, you know what? I'm going to share this with the audience, and y'all going to really see him tap dance here. Now, the name of the video is called Caitlin Clark is Becoming LeBron James. So you already know he done found a way to bring LeBron James into this. And you're going to hear in this clip him say that he doesn't like LeBron James. You're going to hear him say that. Now, basically, to give y'all an overview of why he's doing this, this is basically coming off of Caitlin Clark, I guess some recent play that she's done. And, you know, he's propped her up into this, like he put her on this pedestal. I mean, I can't really go and explain it in the best way that I can. Y'all just actually have to hear it. So here we go.
If you hear me pointing out, hey, I think this is wrong about Caitlin Clark, and I think she can improve here, don't turn into some cowardly, whiny, oh, Jason hates Caitlin Clark. Don't do it. Don't embarrass yourself the way Caitlin Clark embarrassed herself on Friday. She had no emotional control. She looked like like halfway what I would expect the way Angel Reese to behave.
Why did you have to bring Angel Reese into this? Why did Angel Reese have to catch a stray? First off, he has LeBron catching a stray in the title alone. And then you had to mention Angel Reese in the same breath. What did Angel Reese? Now, mind you, this is 11 minutes and 44 seconds into a 16-minute and 15-second video where he never once mentioned Angel Reese's name until this point. But he had to find a way to bring her into it. And basically, he's saying that Angel Reese is like a whiner and a complainer. And he's like, in so many words, I don't expect this out of Caitlin Clark because I'm such a fan. And, you know, the people I'm a fan of don't whine and they don't complain. Shut.
Under some adversity and stress. Caitlin Clark's got to get her emotions under control, and she's got to cut down on the turnovers. If she does those things, the Indiana Fever can win a championship this year. If she doesn't, they're going to probably get eliminated in the first round. Particularly, I think now the Minnesota Lynx have moved up to the 2 seed. But if Indiana were...
You know, I'm going to skip by this part because that was the first part, but I'm going to skip ahead to the part where he brings up Angel Reese again and just goes into this last 3 or so odd minutes segment about her when the video wasn't even about her.
Watch, because that's just me. That's who I am. I was going to add a little bit more about Angel Reese to this topic, but I really don't want to talk about Angel Reese. She's got some season.
Now listen to this. He says I was going to add some stuff about Angel Reese, but I don't want to talk about Angel Reese watching
ending injury.
Boom. Now, you just said you wasn't going to talk about Angel Reese anymore, but first off, you already did, number one, and then you're doing it right now. You brought her name up again, and this is how you know he's full of crap. He said I wasn't going to talk about Angel Reese again, but you have a whole little thumbnail right there in the corner that says out for season on the right side of the picture, but you wasn't going to talk about her. Okay.
And it's kind of,
Let me rewind it back a little bit.
that's who I am. I was going to add a little bit more about Angel Reese to this topic, but I really don't want to talk about Angel Reese. She's got some season-ending injury.
Now look at how he just dismissed it, though. He said, "Oh, she just got a little season-ending injury," and look at how he just like waved it off, like it was just like nothing. He just like, "Oh, okay. I bet you if Caitlin Clark broke a nail, he would have been out there crying on his hands and knees trying to fix her little boo-boo." But listen to what he says next, though. That's what I think pissed a lot of people off in Kid Gravity's chat.
And it's kind of funny.
It's kind of funny. It's kind of funny.
I'll just add this a little bit. It's kind of funny. First game out with Angel Reese. Chicago Sky played one of their best games. They won in a blowout the other night without Angel Reese, her first game out. Kennedy Carter, now free to play her game. This Isabel, I think Harrison, now free to play her game because they're not having to force the ball into one of the most unskilled offensive players in the history of basketball.
See what I mean? He again, the video wasn't not about Angel Reese, but he found a way in the last 2.5 minutes to just take his timeout to just straight up roast her. First off, just dismissing her injury like it's like, okay, like it was a sprain or something like that. And then he said, oh, in this game, the Chicago Sky, they had a great game without her, basically trying to put out there, do they really need her? Why is she there? Jason, we could ask the same reason for you. Why are you here? Because you just doing nothing but taking up a bunch of space anyway.
And I know Angel Reese, scored a bunch of points in her final game and hit a bunch of outside shots, and
see how he can look at how he dismisses it. He rolls his eyes. He waves his, like I tell you, you got to pay attention to body language. It's not always just what someone says, but look at how he's acting. He's like, oh, she scored a bunch of points. Okay. Oh, it is what it is, whatever. He literally downplays this woman's effort, all because of what he said in that article of what was the highlight of her career. Taunting, quote unquote, taunting Caitlin Clark. Y'all should have seen what he said at the beginning of this video when he was talking about how people accused him of coming down on black players, and he tried to sit up there and lie and say he didn't. What is he doing right now? Even though the video has nothing to do with her, but he managed to throw her into the mix. He mentioned LeBron James even in this part right here when he was saying, I don't even like LeBron James. He cannot go a day without keeping a black athlete, man or woman's name in their mouth in a very negative way. My bad, KG. KG said he mad again because KG has to relive it. And those who was in KG's chat when he showed this got to relive this, unfortunately.
Sunday, I'm watching the Fever play. As I'm watching the NFL, I got multiple screens going. And I'm watching it on ESPN, and every other commercial was featuring Angel Reese and her hitting a three-pointer. And I think it's promoting some movie, Wicked or whatever. And I was just like, oh, we're off in a fantasy world where Angel Reese is some kind of jump shooter. And I just couldn't take it. So I quit watching the game on ESPN3, and I went to the Indiana Fever team stream where I wouldn't.
So this guy was so triggered by seeing Angel Reese in a commercial promoting a movie that he turned off. He turned away from one of the games he was watching. Mind you, it was during a commercial break. He turned away from the game to go watch something else to not see her. That is how triggered. Look at his face. Screenshot that. Look at that. He looks like Snorlax from Pokemon. That's Snorlax. Do you know how petty you got to be to do that? It is not that deep. It's just a commercial. This guy is so... He does not like Angel Reese so much, he had to turn the TV to not even see her in a commercial. That is some next level envy right there. You right, Kid Gravity. He does not like successful black people. Because to see successful black people in his face makes it, he has to look at himself and see the failure that he has become or that he has been. Let's be real here. Him being over there at the Blaze, that is his last ditch effort. Once he's done at the Blaze, or let me put it this way, once they're done with him at the Blaze, he's done. There's nowhere else he can go. None. He cannot go anywhere else after this. Once they're done with him over there, and hopefully they will be by November the 5th, he is out of there. KG said he almost died at the Chiefs game because of his mouth. Oh, I got to hear about that one. Hopefully when I drop the link in the Discord and you come up, I want to hear about that because that's new to me.
Be subjected to all the Angel Reese propaganda.
Angel Reese propaganda. What propaganda? What is he talking about? I bet he about to start. You know, I'm surprised he didn't go to even further with that and start saying woke. And I'm talking about the bastardized version of it. I'm trying to figure out what agenda. Because she was in a commercial, because she's getting endorsement deals, because she's making money, more money than you probably seen in your entire lifetime this woman has made in the last couple of years. But yeah, you can only chalk this up to envy and jealousy. AW1 said, but he's fearless, right? That's what he calls his platform. But let's be real. And also, let me tell y'all something else. This video that y'all are seeing this from here, he posted this video a week ago, 7 days ago. Now, keep this in mind. Jason Whitlock has about 472,000 plus subscribers on YouTube. He posted this video, this 16-minute and 15-second video 7 days ago. Do you know that this video only has over 24,000 views? It did, which means for the subscriber count he has, that would be considered a failure of a video. Not to toot my own horn, but when I was at like a little over 69,000 subscribers, I posted up a video, what was it, a couple weeks ago? 2 videos in the same week. And both of them, well, one of them got over 30,000 within 2 days. And the other one was about 25,000, I think, in about a day and a half. In the same week. And you want to know why I think that this video probably didn't take off the way that it did is because he's been known to cape for Caitlin Clark. But the time that he critiques her, that's why the video stalled. I know that probably hurt him. I know that hurt him to the pit of hell. Let's play the rest of this out.
But Angel Reese has a good excuse for ending the season. She now gets to pretend like, oh, I'm going to spend the whole offseason. I'm going to come back as a better offensive player. Angel, if you're sitting out there thinking you're going to turn yourself into a three-point shooter during the offseason, good luck. You'll be just as bad an offensive player as you were this year. You'll probably be worse.
My goodness. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done.
Listen. Fuck up. Get out.
Damn. It's a bunch of bull.
What did you say, nigga?
All right, y'all. I'm about to go to the Discord right quick and drop the link. Hold on. Give me a couple seconds. I hope y'all are ready. All right, y'all. I just posted the link in the chat, the StreamYard chat, not this chat. Y'all can go ahead and hit the link. I can't wait to see what y'all got to say. All right, we got our first person up here. Jay the Informant, what's going on?
What's happening, man? I just wanted to be Wallow J. Just for you to know.
You were successful today.
Hey, man. Hey, Dunkin' Donuts up here, man. He's wilding out, man. And he's doing it all for the peaches and creams, the butter biscuits. He's just going wild for no reason, man. It's kind of ridiculous hearing him go off on his sister. And at the same time, he's doing what I saw him do with Pearl. I remember that interview. I only saw it once, but it's stained on my brain watching him go for Pearls like that, where he was calling her like the most adorable, most feminine, most attractive, and all that shit. And I was like, what? Like, bro.
Wait a minute. He called her attractive.
He called her good looking, but the same thing to me, you know.
That's no better.
You know, man. Like there's not a man in every city for her pearls. You know, I think she's stuck with Blessing right now, if I'm not mistaken. So, but just listen to how
I don't keep up with her life to kiss, so there's that.
It's a funny thing to keep up with. So I'll be watching her for entertainment. I'll say that, man. Like if you listen to some of the stuff that she puts on Twitter, it's hilarious. I understand why you don't want to mess with her. Hey, that's. I don't blame you, man. But you know, it's hilarious just listen to these grifters go on. But what is Jason Whitlock? I mean, I guess you could say the grift is real, and you can tell with this guy, man, because he says some nonsensical things. Hypocrisy is at the forefront of everything he says, and just the way that he's putting her down when he don't even have to put down the sister. I mean, why are you putting her down? Just bringing her in out of nowhere just so you can promote this Caucasian woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you don't even have to do that, man. You can promote her without down this sister, man. But
I know why he did that, because and I didn't think about that until just when you were saying that. He spent that video talking about or critiquing Caitlin Clark, but the thing is, look what he did. He had to bring in a black man, LeBron James, and compare her attitude to him. So he did. So I see what he couldn't just critique her on her own. He had to bring in LeBron James, and even said in the video, y'all didn't hear it, but he said, I don't like LeBron James. And he says, I don't like when Caitlin Clark acts like LeBron James in the sense of acting like a whiny, and so on and so forth. And then he brought Angel Reese in not once, but twice at the end just to go in here. So basically what he was doing was he was critiquing the white woman while also throwing the black man and the black woman under the bus simultaneously. So he could try to, so he could try. So it's almost like I don't want to lose my audience, but I also want to keep them here at the same time. So how can I do this? Oh, let me go ahead and kill two birds with one stone. And that's what he decided to do.
Bro, it's in his formula, man. Like he goes to his chalkboard and he puts disrespect black people with promoting white people as his number one agenda every day. That's what it is with this guy. But and he brings up LeBron James. You know what? I'm from Houston, man. I remember when we had the real prima donna James, which is James Harden, the real prima donna, the queen of the NBA right now, still is, like back in his prime and all that. That's the prima donna right there. I mean, he goes on to LeBron James. I understand that LeBron James got a big head because everything he accomplished, and now his son is in the league, even though some of us might not agree that with his son being in the league. His son's in the league, so he has an ego, but his ego cannot be compared with this girl, because this girl, she hasn't accomplished. This is her rookie season. She has not accomplished anything even close to what LeBron James has done. She hasn't seen the money he's seen. She hasn't seen the championships he's seen. She hasn't seen the memorable moments that lives within fans. She don't have that. She don't even have a fan base that's even comparable to his. But Jason Black wants to compare them to. But just like comparing oranges to pineapples, you can't do that. Those are two different things.
You say oranges, you say orange to pineapples. Are you talking about as far as his body's shape?
Yes, sir.
because we know he's not. He's definitely not the shape of an orange.
Man, he's the shape of freaking cantaloupe, man, or watermelon. That's what he is, man.
Yeah, he's definitely on that melon side of the game.
Yeah, you need to eat more melon so you can lose some weight. But that's all I wanted to say, man. Appreciate you
All
letting
right,
me up.
no problem. Shout out to JD Informant. And next up, we bring up the person that's usually always first. And they was expecting him to be first, but he's second today. Wallow J, what's going on?
What's going on, Torian? Nah, hey, JD Informer, I let you get out there first, man. Remember that. But Jason Whitlock is basically the prime example of a black person who wanted to be like the superstar of the community, but could never be that person. He's so jealous of all these successful black people. Like, why? First off, why do y'all these folk people? They love to idolize like black, well, not the white people to the black people. It's like, bro, don't y'all have y'all own athletes y'all want your kid like to model by? Like y'all always do with the black ones, but y'all don't like the black ones. Like on Jay said, like LeBron is more accomplished than Caitlyn. Like, yeah, she broke some rookie records and stuff like that. Okay, cool, but she hasn't won anything yet. And the media, the reason why people don't like her is because the media makes you not like her. And we're not saying the girl can't ball. I've said that before. It's the way the media and her quote unquote her stands, I'm calling them stands, they present her. That's why people don't like her. Because it's like, bro, let this girl play the game. That girl, all that she wants to do. Let her play the game. Y'all don't want her to do that. Y'all want her to be bigger than what she really is.
Yeah.
It's just like, and like, you get frustrated. It's like, I ain't got time to hate, because I don't hate the girl. I don't hate neither one of them. But he wanted to say that they play their best game without her. Okay, cool. They haven't won a game since. And right now they're out of playoff contention without her. How about that, Jason? Dumbass. I'm not throwing, the sky under the bus, but I'm just saying in general, like, you don't know sports like that, dude. You played, what was it, 10 years in the NFL, ain't do jack shit but run around and didn't lose no damn weight. But let me drop down before I get even madder, because I know Kid gonna come in here. You know what, Kid Gravity? Finish off my angle for me, please, sir. I'm out. Be one.
All right. I wish Kid Gravity was up here because I want to hear that story. He was in the chat early. I was hoping that he would come up here, but apparently I don't know if he's still in the chat, because I know he was supposed to be doing a stream, but I don't know what time he's supposed to be doing a stream. Oh, let's see. Oh, we got Miss Nisi. What's going on?
Hold on one second.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, we got Miss Nisi.
I had to mute the TV.
All right. Of course. You listen, you have to make sure to throw the plug in for the TV.
But the only thing I have to say, corduroy pants beware.
Ooh.
Think about it.
You said corduroy pants beware?
Yes, corduroy pants beware.
Wow. Listen, you just planted an image in my head that now I can't unsee.
Instant inferno.
Wow.
That's all I gotta say. You know I have to beat a smart ass. Have a good one.
You too. Oh, KG, I see you sending a chat. Hey, KG, I need you to come up here and tell me that story. I need you to come up here if you had time to tell me that story. I almost don't want to end the stream until you come up here and tell me that story. And it's funny you said corduroy pants beware, because I know that I have a subscriber in here, Detroit Kings, who hates corduroys. I don't know if he's still in here or not. That's why I had to ask, did you say corduroy pants? So, but yeah, KG, if you are in here, please come up. Please click that link, because I need to hear that story. Because that sounds like a funny story. Because I never heard that one. You're making me want to go and Google this and see what happened. And shout out to all of the people that have joined the Discord in the last 10 minutes. I think like 5 people just joined. Again, the way that y'all get up here to speak is you click the link. It's a StreamYard, it's a server, a channel on the Discord that says StreamYard link. It's at the bottom, it's under business promotion. Click that, and it's right there for you to see. It'll say everyone, it'll have the link, and it'll say Steven/Jason next to it. I'm just waiting. Like I said, I want anyone else can come up, but I definitely want to hear Kid Gravity's story about that game because I never heard about it. That's why I'm intrigued. The link is in the Discord, Slim Reaper. You have to be in the Discord. I know KG got to still be here because he just left a comment about 3 minutes ago. Okay. Brother man, see, he might be trying to gather info before coming up. Because like I said, I really want to hear that story. Oh, I think that might be him, y'all. I think that might be him. Oh, it is. That's what you were spending time doing, was creating that AI image?
I do a lot.
What's going on?
I needed a couple minutes before I came out because that last part when you played the video pissed me off. Okay. Again,
you had to decompress.
My God, I hate that, man. And I don't hate people. I genuinely got hate for that, man. Like I said in my live on Saturday, if it ain't Angel Reese, it's Dion. Like, how you hate on Dion in March?
Yeah, exactly. And when he sat there and tried to say that he doesn't come at black people like that, I'm like, you spent the entire collegiate football season going after Deion Sanders and both of his sons. And then when the season was over, you were still going after him. I'm like, the season is done.
What I'm saying, like, we know, okay, he went what, 4-8? Okay, great. First year, okay. He out with his family, they out to dinner. You decide to pick that video up and hate on that man. Okay. He's in a better station than you. Okay, LeBron James does some nepotism. Okay. How does that affect your life?
That was another thing. They tried to make it seem like nepotism was now this horrific thing the very minute that LeBron James does it, but when it was all the white people doing it, it was not a problem.
But when I first started talking about this fool, I brought up a story where he when he was a writer for the Kansas City Star, he went to a Chiefs Patriots game. And I guess the Chiefs were giving him that work. Okay, that's fine. He started getting rowdy and started talking stuff. Now, he's saying this to a bunch of Patriot fans. And if anybody knows, Patriot fans travel. They're like the Steelers fans. They will travel. And this is like when they started to start getting good. Like, I think this was either the season before. I don't remember exactly what year, but it might have been the season before they went to the Super Bowl. So they were starting to get good.
Yeah.
He said something egregious to someone, and like 6 of them Patriot fans were ready to beat his ass. They had to get stadium security to get him out of there. But
I'm about to go and look up to see what he said.
Yeah, I did it like a year ago. But the thing is, it got word back to his bosses, and they suspended him for a week. And he had to go sit up there and apologize in the paper. Talking about, oh, I let my fandom go out of control. I'm like, okay, dude, you almost lost your life trying to talk stuff in front of them white folk. I guess you forgot that KC is not exactly a haven for black folks. But all right. Then he got suspended a couple years ago off Twitter for talking shit about Black Lives Matter. Like, bruh, that ain't your station. You try to be these white conservatives, they don't even want you, sir.
Exactly.
They don't even share. Do you realize even though he blocked me, they don't even share his stuff no more?
That's why I acknowledge how in this video he posted it 7 days ago, and it only has a little over 24,000 views for someone who has a channel of 472 plus thousand. That count is off if you're going based on his subscriber count.
No, it ain't off because I'm gonna challenge you later after you get off of this because I know you don't want to stay too long. But look at the last 7 videos and look at them comment threads. Like even his comment section is starting to get tired of.
Yeah, exactly.
If it ain't some anti-black, they going in on him.
Yeah,
he's gonna let it ride.
He's trying to do the pivot thing like Candace did.
Mm-hmm. But it ain't gonna work because guess what? We're at a critical crossroads now. Like even them folk over there, they're starting to. I can't even believe I'm saying this. They're actually starting to value integrity. Like they're even calling out their favorite pundits right now.
Well, it might be too little, too late though. We've been called them out.
Yeah, but you know how they were like, "Oh, we just being sensitive." Now they over here, they call it. Yeah, we the sensitive ones, but they calling out. They're like, "Oh, this is a rare L by what's up rare." Okay, all right, it's rare. That man was being anti-black, but it's rare now that he took a L. They said it in that comment thread with that video.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, it's okay. He just mad that Angel Reese is about to eclipse him in net worth. That's the problem.
Right. And in a shorter time span too.
Mm-hmm. And she's just a rookie. She got a soccer team as an investor. She just got the Reese's Pieces. She got the podcast, which you know there's money in that. She got her endorsements. I mean, I know she got a little check for that Wicked, for appearing in that Wicked thing. I know she got some money.
Oh yeah. Universal gave her a nice little check for that.
Mm-hmm. And ABC.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think that's a Disney movie.
No, it's Universal.
Oh, it's Universal. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean Disney because they bought the commercial, so I'm sure they give a little something for that. But I mean, like, come on now. She making money. She making money. She not even dribbling.
Right.
He gotta hope to God he gets full monetization on YouTube.
Right. She just at home chilling right now, healing. You know, she like every now and then I noticed that when she be posting stuff like on her Instagram, she always makes sure like to show like her arm cast.
Mm-hmm. Then he talking about
she probably saying, "How can I turn this into a brand?"
Bruh, hey, all she gotta do is put some Reese's Pieces on the cast. Try to get some more money.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just funny that like we already know Stephen A. Smith. He jumped out the window with the what was that thing he got into when Monica McNutt over?
I forgot all about that, and that's coming back to me. She went in on it. that was shots fired her around the world right there.
Because remember they were caping for Caitlin Clark.
Yeah,
and she was like, "Well, listen, it's the whole league. Right? Y'all wasn't watching them games. Mm-hmm. Y'all weren't in the trenches when they were putting the games on Ion exclusively. You weren't there. Y'all didn't care about that." Mm-hmm. Especially when Maya Moore left. Y'all did not care about that game.
And that's when he got extra sassy.
Mm-hmm. She's like, "Oh, you're crazy." Even that, I'm like, all right. Okay. Y'all let the NBA players, y'all had criticisms for them putting Black Lives Matter on the court, but when the women did it, you ignored it. Or you gave them extra criticism. Because you know one of them dudes would show up at the studio in New York and come see you. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what's got to happen. Maybe Angel Reese need to pop up on Stephen A. Smith and watch him coon.
Yeah, that's the thing. A lot of them, they have all these criticisms of her, but they'll never, ever, ever say it to her face, or should I say their face, because they don't do it to any of the other people that they talk about either. That goes for both.
No, remember when Kevin Durant pulled up on him and he started backtracking on his shit?
Oh yeah, well, yeah. Well, see, that's the thing. Kevin Durant had to pull up on him because we know it wasn't going to be the other way around. Steven wouldn't even met him halfway.
Here we go. Roman Askey, she's such the league, right? You want to start there? How come you barely beat a team that's under 500 by 1 point, but your girl had 35 points? How'd that work? But she's the league, right? We're not starting this. Don't block them. Don't block them. I don't mean to do that, Tori, but I love how y'all come in here and say Caitlin Clark is the league, and nobody's talking about the league right now. How did the league get back in the news? Oops. I'll just leave that there. And ESPN is so duplicitous. When she broke the record, they just had to make sure to mention that she scored 35 points because nobody else cared.
See, the thing is, if they would have just let Caitlin Clark come into this league organically and let the people warm up to her, it wouldn't have been a problem. But the thing is, they tried to manufacture her into this quote unquote elite player that she's not. And that turned a lot of us off. And when we gave our criticisms of her, well, more so, she was the proxy because we was really criticizing her so-called fans. Then they couldn't take it. That's much like, you know what? It reminds me of these shills. I think that's the best way to put it. It reminds me so much of these shills on both sides of the political aisle where they keep trying to shame you for not liking their candidate.
Yeah. But a girl scores 1,000 points for the first time in history. They just, hey, you know what? Hey, Caitlin Clark scored 35. Okay. So what? Y'all say she's great, so that should be a natural occurrence. Who cares? That's like y'all mentioning every day Michael Jordan scoring 38. It gets tiresome after a while.
Shout out to Asia Wilson.
Just shout out to Riyadh. Shout out to her. But I also found it. You're gonna like this. That dude just said that she's the league, right? How come all them fans started turning on her? Oops. Over her just pushing the heart button. Which is what we told y'all. They're very fickle. They didn't really love that girl. They used her as an avatar for white supremacy, and she turned it on them.
Yes, and see what happened when she just simply liked a post from Taylor Swift endorsing Kamala Harris. We saw them comments. I said she got the Kyle Rittenhouse treatment. Remember when he said he wasn't going to endorse Donald Trump because something about the Second Amendment? 12 hours later, you said, you know what? I spoke out of turn. I jumped out the window a little too fast. Now I support her.
Yeah. And look what happened. At least she has the excuse that she doesn't really post, so she don't care.
It was so funny to check. It was so funny to check Emerald Footer the other day. Thought he was doing something with that Taylor Swift post, and it was like she had her comments off for years now. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Well, listen, and what's he gonna do if they get swept in the playoffs? What are they gonna do? She don't get past the first round. Then what?
He gonna get up there and throw Angel Reese under the bus again, probably.
Oh, Angel Reese was in the building for game 2. That's why they lost.
She's a bad omen. That's probably what you want to say.
The fuck? Oh, that dude! I'm telling you, November 5th. Because what I've been seeing is the Blaze is losing money too.
Who's really checking for the Blaze now? Anyway, that's why I said when the Blaze gets rid of him, and they will, where he gonna go? He's at his last. This is his last.
He can't even keep that channel. That's not his.
Oh, so it's much like what Candace with the Daily
you
Wire.
Didn't know that? Wait, you didn't know that? That's not his channel.
Well, you know what? I didn't pick up on it until you said it because I saw the Blaze logo right there at the bottom. Okay, yeah, he doesn't have a channel of his own.
No, that's all his.
Well,
he might have to go start over. Ain't nobody go check for him,
and that's gonna be a hard start.
Unless he talks to Glenn Beck and say, "Listen, I'll pay you a couple $100,000. Let me keep that channel." And then he ain't gonna have Glenn Beck's blessing when he says something egregious and people flag it. But it is what it is. He gonna figure out the hard way. Stephen A. Smith go figure out the hard way. I think that's gonna be the shock to end of the year. I think they're gonna get rid of Stephen A. Smith. Because even ESPN losing money too.
Now that would be very interesting because all the stuff he said. What was that line? That infamous line he said. Oh,
he said, "When I wake up in the morning, I think of two things: how I'm gonna make my bosses money, and how can I get some of it? And we're like, why would you say that out loud?
You just exposed your whole setup. Now we know what you're really about. And the thing is, he was very honest because that's all he does.
Oh yeah. And yell at women.
Yeah.
And yell at women. That's the only reason why he kept getting suspended from ESPN. He always be yelling at women.
Remember Michelle Beadle?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That was the first time he got that pink slip.
And never defended Erin Andrews.
Right. And he tightened up ever since.
Oh yeah. But this is a saga. We figured Stephen A. Fatlock would finally fuse together and do the Coogan dance.
No, that's why. Remember that time when they had like that little feud or whatever? I was like, there's no winners in this. I hope they know
we were the winners because we got content out of it.
Right. You know what? I don't know why that was a missed opportunity for me. I actually almost did a live talking about that, and I should have. I made the thumbnail up and everything, but I just decided not to do it because I said I feel like listening to these two go back and forth of who can tap dance the hardest would like literally make me lose brain matter.
Oh yeah. But it's isn't integrity great? Because a lot of these sports YouTubers are starting to catch a lot of flack too, because they're not they're pissing off their fan base because they be coming with these asinine takes, and people are like, yo, what is wrong with you? It's not even. I mean, you could shill, but y'all doing too much.
Yeah, they do. It's overkill.
Yeah, so we just gotta wait. But before I go, yeah, I'm still doing that live. I'm just gonna do it straight without the guests. I guess something must have came up. But yeah, I'm probably gonna do that about.
Are you talking about the Charlie Kirk one? Which one?
Oh yeah, y'all got to see that. The boy got defeated by a bunch of 20-year-olds.
That's not easy. That's a hard thing to accomplish. I mean, this
is over the conservative number one talking point: abortion. How you get cooked? And it wasn't even just black folks that cooked them; white boys were cooking them. And then all the conservatives outside trying to save him, talking about they wasn't cooking. I'm like, they kind of were cooking. But yeah, I think I might do that at 8:00. I was probably gonna save it for tomorrow, but I think we're gonna do it today.
Cool.
Yeah. But to hell with hairline and to hell with whale fat. May their fall from grace be through a glass concrete wall and let the ceiling fall on them. And if they do survive that, the ridicule of your fan base as you get up out the rubble, they laugh at you. That's all I got. And I'm out of here.
You hear me typing up these home row keys?
I hear you putting in the codes for the nuclear missiles.
Don't say that.
Listen, hey, things happen in threes, right? Who knows? They talking about they're gonna drop interest rates on Wednesday. Something might happen. I'm just saying.
Wow.
I'm just saying. We've seen strange things happen all year. Who would have thought in January a 69 million viewed video would predict an entire year? Who would have figured it? Shout out to Cat Williams, wherever the hell he is.
Right.
Everybody's gone. Everybody's getting kicked out. But anyway, let me go.
All right. Shout out to KG for coming up. All right, I was going to shut it down, but two more people did pop up, and one of them was trying to get up here for the longest. What's going on?
How you doing, my brother? This is my first time joining your live. Thank you for having me.
No problem. What's going on?
I think it's a sad reality when it comes to Jason Whitlock and Stephen A. Smith. They both They both want white dollar, but they need black. One of them need black validation, which is Stephen A. Smith. And Whitlock just gave up on Black America a long time ago.
I can go. Well, I'll take it a step further. I don't think he was a part, at least not from my vantage point.
Well, I would say, especially in the late '90s, he was more pro-black then. Especially, he had his mentor called Ralph Wiley, who was one of the best writers in the country at the time, because Jason Whitlock was like a top level writer during his peak. But then, like slowly but surely, when he started losing black opportunities, remember he had Black Grantland at one point, and then ESPN terminated him. And so it's like slowly but surely he became pro-white not because he's anti-black, because I believe he's anti-black, but I think his main reason is because he knows that's where the money is. It's money into disrespect the black people, especially black women.
Yeah, that's what I said. I've always said that the foundation of every grifter's grift is the degrading or the degradation of Black Americans. And ever since I've been saying that, it's like I see it.
Yeah, because there's no money in disrespecting Caucasian Americans. There ain't nobody gonna support that. There's no money disrespecting the Asians. There's no money disrespecting the Jews. But there is money disrespecting Black Americans. Part of it is because it's our fault. Because we got discord within our own community. Everybody has this survival of the fittest mentality instead of us trying to be together and stand up together as one group. That's why we so easily divided. Because, like I said, in the day, everybody has their own agenda. And so people like Jason Whitlock and Stephen A. Smith know there's always a market for disrespected Black Americans, because we ourselves is disrespecting each other by not having that same type of unity and standing together on one accord, if that makes sense.
I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of people think that there's a lot of friction amongst us, have not seen the absolute, I could say, chaos that goes on in other communities. It's just the fact they don't have a microscope on them. Look at the Venezuelans. Look at the stuff they're doing right now. One would think that they would stay in the news as much as they try to keep us propelled out there. But they have to bypass them, even though they are committing extreme acts of violence. Getting over here illegally, that was in my eyes, that was a violent act to get over here in the manner that they did and to do the stuff that they're doing. But they have to find a way again to keep us in the news somehow, some way. And if they can't find a way to do it, if they can't do it organically, they'll do it in a way that's very artificial and spin the narrative in the way that they want it to be spun.
You're right about that, but I think the difference between us and other ethnicity groups is other ethnicity groups have this mentality that they are better than Black people. And so when every other ethnicity has that mentality when it comes to their view of us, it's easier for them to put the spotlight on us than it is to put the spotlight on other ethnicity groups. Because, like, for instance, unfortunately, a lot of people think Caucasian Americans are the gold standard of what everybody wants to desire to be. When we all know in our reality, we're the group that everybody wants to desire to be, because we're the one that set the trends. We're the one that tells everybody what's cool, what's not, and what's popular, what's, what's fashionable. But, but at the end of the day, people still look down on us because, they just treat us like second-class citizens.
They do that because that particular group, they hold all the power. So people are going to run where the people have the power. It doesn't matter who has all the trends. If you can have all the trends all day, but if you don't have that power, then no one's going to really go and gravitate towards you. At least I'll put it this way. We are their form of entertainment. I'll put it like that. We are their form of entertainment. But when they're trying to want to so-called get stuff done, then that's when they go and look to them. And then if getting part of whatever it is they want done means to come after us, that's exactly what they're going to do. But it's all gonna bite them in the ass, though. It's biting them right now, to be quite honest with you.
You're right about that. We are the entertainment, because think about this: in the NFL, NBA, or I just say NFL and NBA in particular, there's 70% of people that plays in those sports are African American, and yet we have zero ownership. You still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay. But yeah, like we have zero ownership, but yet 70% of people that plays in that sport, and those two sports that I mentioned in particular, are African Americans. And so you're right, we are the form of entertainment, but we don't have no decision making power when it comes to how we want to push the direction of the league, or even direction of life in general. Because like I said, even the Constitution, there wasn't, you know what I'm saying, Freddie Douglass wasn't at the table. Freddie Douglass didn't have a seat at the table. You know what I'm saying? Betty Ford didn't even have a seat at the table. Harriet Tubman didn't have a seat at the table. But Alexander Hamilton and Thomas Jefferson, those white people had a seat at the table, so that's why all the laws is benefiting towards them, not us.
Well, it looks like something. Well, the only thing I'm worried about is them cutting the check. That is all that's on my mind. Well, that and ending qualified immunity and an anti-black hate crime bill. They are going to be hurting come November because they didn't want to abide by those demands.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's so true. So to get back to like the Jason Whitlock and Stephen A. Smith, but that's the reason why they constantly attack us the way they do, because even like the Kansas Owens, like I said, there's money in that. And they're always gonna be a core audience that's are closet racists, but they can't really come out and be racist, because at the end of the day, being a racist today could cost you your job, your career, and everything you stand for. But they are closet racists, and they allow people like Jason Whitlock and Stephen A. Smith to say stuff that they really want to say, but they can't say it, if that makes sense.
Right.
And so that's why their fascination of Caitlin Clark is so weird to me, because like you said, Caitlin Clark would have been accepted a lot more if like her fan base didn't have a sense of entitlement when it comes to her getting her respect, appreciation, and acceptance from not only the past generation but the current generation that's playing alongside of her.
I hear you.
Well, anyway, let me drop down. I thank you for the opportunity to be on your platform. I truly appreciate it.
No problem.
And you have a good day, sir.
You too. All right. Jonathan, I would let you up, but it looks like you are in the gym right now, and I already know it's probably going to be noisy. I can see in the video you are like going in the gym right now, so I'm actually not going to bring you up today, but just stay tuned for the next time I drop the link. Hopefully you'll be in a more quieter area, and I'll bring you up the next time. All right, y'all. That's going to bring this stream to a close. Shout out to everybody that contributed. Mr. Chris, Darlene, Jay the Informant, Samuel Bryant, that guy from Texas. Shout out to the people that came up and spoke to this topic. The next time I go live will be on Wednesday, but of course, y'all know y'all are getting a video tomorrow, but I will be going live again on Wednesday. Wednesday's live is going to be very interesting. It was actually a last-minute live, too, because it wasn't one that I had in the lineup, but it was a story that came my way yesterday. And I said, I'm definitely going to be doing a live about this one. And Wednesday is the perfect day to do it. So shout out again to all the mods, everybody on Patreon. Shout out to all the members. Shout out to the replay gang as well. That being said, y'all enjoy the rest of the evening. We'll be back on here tomorrow. Be safe and be one.